Let my people go. Introducing the book of Exodus. Right then, Exodus, second book of the Bible, sequel to Genesis. You remember Adam-Eve, that apple incident? Think of it as the original Prison Break story, but with more plagues, a sea parting like a bad magician's trick, and enough historical significance to make Indiana Jones jealous. Now, Exodus is all about the Israelites. They're stuck in Egypt, working harder than a pharaoh on a pyramid-building spree. Not ideal, really. Enter Moses, our hero, a man who could talk to a burning bush without needing a fire extinguisher. That's how you know he's got a direct line to the big guy. This, my friends, is where the adventure begins. Exodus is a story of faith, freedom, and a whole lot of divine intervention. Buckle up, because things are about to get biblical. Moses, I've got this burning bush, a chat with God. Now, imagine you're Moses, tending sheep in the desert, when suddenly a bush is on fire, but not burning up. This is God's way of getting your attention. God has significant plans for Moses, like freeing the Israelites from slavery. Moses, feeling uncertain, tries to avoid the task. Who am I to do this, he asks. God, being resolute, insists. I've got this, he says. Just follow my lead. And so begins one of history's most significant partnerships, God and Moses, confronting the power of Egypt. It's a classic story of overcoming great odds with divine intervention on his side, which is a powerful advantage to have. Pharaoh's not-so-excellent adventure, plagues and escapes. Pharaoh, the ruler of Egypt, wasn't exactly known for his flexibility. Let my people go, says Moses. Pharaoh basically says, no, I'm good, big mistake, huge. See, God's got a few tricks up his sleeve, tend to be precise. We're talking plagues, folks. Blood, frogs, locusts, you name it, Egypt got hit with it. Imagine waking up to your Nile River looking like a tomato soup commercial, or worse, frogs everywhere. Not even the royal chambers were safe. Pharaoh's having a right royal strop by this point, but is he backing down? Not a chance. It's only when the 10th plague, the death of the firstborn, hits that Pharaoh finally cracks. Talk about driving your point home, eh? And so the Israelites, led by Moses in a pillar of cloud by day and fire by night, talk about dramatic lighting, make their escape. Gone fishing, Egyptian style, parting the Red Sea. Picture this, you've just escaped slavery, you're feeling pretty chuffed, and then BAM! Pharaoh's army is on your tail. Talk about a downer. Ahead of you, the Red Sea. Not ideal for a quick getaway, but fear not. Moses has this. He raises his staff, God does his thing, and suddenly the sea parts like it's late for an appointment. The Israelites walk through on dry land, feeling pretty smug, you imagine. Pharaoh's army, thinking this is their chance, follow right in. Big mistake, part two. The sea closes, swallowing the Egyptians faster than you can say chariots of fire. Talk about a power move. This is God basically saying, don't mess with my chosen people. And let's be honest, if you're going to pick a side, God's probably the one to go with. Top 10 Tuesday, the Commandments edition. After all that excitement, you'd think God would give everyone a break, right? Not quite. He's got rules to lay down, and not just thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's ox kind of rules. We're talking the 10 Commandments, the big ones. Moses goes up Mount Sinai, chats with God, who apparently speaks in booming pronouncements, and comes down with 2 stone tablets. On them, the 10 Commandments, a sort of divine rule book for life. Worship one God, honor your parents, don't kill, steal, lie, or commit adultery. You know, the basics. It's all a bit serious, really, but essential nonetheless. These commandments form the basis of Jewish and Christian law, and they've had a pretty big impact on Western civilization as a whole. Not bad for a day's work, eh, Moses? Exodus. More than just a Sunday school story, so there you have it, the book of Exodus in a nutshell. It's a story of liberation, faith, and the enduring power of hope. It's about overcoming adversity, trusting in something bigger than yourself, and the importance of standing up for what's right, even when it seems impossible. Sure, it's got plagues, parting seas, and chats with burning bushes, but at its heart, Exodus is a story about the human spirit's unyielding desire for freedom and the enduring belief in a power greater than ourselves. And that, my friends, is something worth remembering. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a sudden craving for matzah and a burning desire to learn more about ancient Egyptian history.